Hey there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be playing with some balloon stencils and dies and this cute gnome stamp set to make a card with a shaker window in it. These are the masks for the balloon celebration stencil set, and you can see there's a mask for every size of balloon that are on the stencils, and this balloon is huge. The biggest one, it's bigger than an A2 size card. There's layers for these balloons, so you can add detail to them, different kind of shine marks on the balloons, and there are also other shapes besides the balloons that kind of layer together. A heart, a curvy balloon, and then more of a rounded balloon. So you can see here the largest balloon is bigger than an A2 size panel. I am going to take the second size down from the largest and stencil that onto this card front size panel in Wilted Violet Distress Oxide ink, and just really fill that in and make a nice bold purple balloon. And you can see what that looks like here. And then I'm going to take a shine mark, not these ones that have like 4 squares, but the ones that is like really big. I'm going to tape that in place, and then I'm going to use some spun sugar and make a little pink shine mark. And this actually just ends up kind of in the end looking like a lighter shade of purple once it kind of settles in. I just love it. I think it's really cool. So now this piece right here is like a tiny little mark. It's actually to add detail to the bottom of the balloon where it's tied, so it looks more 3D. It's pretty cool. Love it. I used Villainous purple on that. Okay, so now I'm going to take the mask from these balloons and mask off the balloon that I just stenciled. And then I'm going to create a background around that using my Salvaged Patina Distress Oxide spray and just spray on that background. I think I did like 5 sprays. I took a second piece of paper to pick up any ink that was on that mask, and now I have this cool thing. I might make something with that later. And now you can see I have a balloon and I have the background around it. So that is really cool to have all those products together. Now, there is also a balloon die set in this collection. These are all the same shapes as the stencils. So you can die cut out those stenciled pieces, and you can make balloons in every color and layer them together if you wanted to. And there's all the die cut balloons you can see there. Here's the curvy balloon. I think this is a really fun die set. So I'm going to take the heart-shaped balloon and I'm going to die cut a little window from this panel, and this is going to become my shaker. Now there's one more product in this collection of balloons, and that is a cut and foil balloon set. So you can hot foil a balloon and then die cut it out. So let me show you what all is entailed with these sets for hot foiling. So I have a piece of white cardstock, I have foil pretty side up, and my hot foil plate face down. I'm going to tape that in place, flip it over, and put it face down onto my preheated Glimmer hot foil system. That is going to set there for about a minute till the timer goes off, and then I just remove the whole dock and run that through the die cut machine. It's as easy as that. You do want to use some very smooth cardstock when you're hot foiling these really solid images like these balloons. You can see the one on my left there. I only ran it through my die machine one way and not back, and just running it back gave me a little bit more pressure that helped it really foil completely. Now there's the die that cuts it out. I'm being careful not to tape over my hot foiling because it can dull out the foil if you put tape on it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, so I just try not to do that at all. Now you can see the balloon here that I'm going to use on my card today. It's actually going to go on the inside of my card, but I just thought you'd like to see all these hot foiled with that beautiful aura shimmer foil. So now to make my shaker card, back to my original card panel, I put some glue around that heart opening, added a window sheet, and now I need some foam adhesive. This is going to raise my card up and allow my shaker elements to move around. Having a reservoir for them, or like a little room where they cannot escape, is very important. You don't want your shaker elements falling out of your card. So that's why there is a complete square all the way around that balloon. The rest of the foam tape on this panel is just going to make sure my card is level when put on my card panel, my card backing, card base. That's what I like to call it, a card base. I put in some pink sequins and covered that with a pink piece of cardstock for a fun shaker window. Now I have the Up, Up, and Away Gnome stamp set. This is the first time I have stamped and colored it for this card. I had so much fun coloring it. Let's jump in and watch the coloring. I used like 100 Copic markers. Maybe not that many, but I decided I would just use like every color in the rainbow for this because there's, you know, kind of a lot going on. There's 5 different balloons. I've got his hat to color. I just thought it would be really fun and kind of go with my background. So you can see the marker caps on the screen. This one's really hard to see. YR18, I'm not sure why that one's so hard to see. And then this is my YR04. This marker, it does not want to work ever. Just ever. I have replaced the tip. I have refilled it. I think I just have to replace it. Maybe something's like off with it and it gets air in it somehow. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but yeah, my YR04 marker, it's not a happy marker. No, not at all. So you can see here, I'm just going with the rainbow. I am using 3 colors in each of my different 3 markers in each color so that I can get some blending there, some highlights. I like to have a little highlight on the balloon where it's, you know, maybe the sun's shining on it. So I had so much fun coloring these. I guess I haven't really colored in a while. I went on vacation and I've only, since I've been back, I did a die cut card. So I just had fun coloring it. It had been a while and it was very relaxing and enjoyable for sure. So there are my rainbow balloons. And since my balloons are red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, I'm going to save purple for his hat. But for the beard, is this weird to you that I did it blue? I wanted it to feel like the sky or the clouds, like he had just, you know, burst through the clouds with his balloons, and his beard is like made of clouds. I don't know. I thought it was a cute look, and it does give it that sense of like being gray. So I did E21 for his skin. I kind of missed coloring that, or recording that coloring part, so I kind of redid it so you could see just one color there for the skin because they're really small areas. And I did a little pink on his cheeks with, I believe, RB, I don't remember which one. Yeah, that part I missed too, but just a little pink rosiness on the cheeks I love on these gnomes. So on the purple hat, I did 3 shades of purple, and I actually went over it twice, which I cut out the coloring of it twice because, you know, it's a lot of coloring in this video, but a little neutral gray there for his shoes, and that completes the gnome. He's really super cute. I'm going to add some white highlights with my white gel pen to all the things. I love white highlights, and especially on balloons or, you know, rounded things that are in the sky, they should have a shine mark, I feel. So I think the white gel pen is very appropriate on this image right here. There is a coordinating die that goes with this gnome as well as all the other stamps in this set. There's a sentiment and some clouds in this stamp set too. So there it is, all die cut out. It looks so fabulous. I love this gnome. I'm going to mount this onto my card with some foam squares, and you can see he's going to go over that large balloon, but you can still tell it's a balloon. I think it's a really fun little up in the sky type of scene. All right, this is the sentiment from the stamp set. It says, "Happy birthday." There is a die that cuts this out into one long sentiment. I wanted to cut it apart in order for it to fit best on the card that I made. So I just kind of followed the die cutting and snipped it apart. It's very easy cutting, you know, and no one's going to look at it super close, so it's fine. I'm going to tuck it in right here so it's a little bit under his balloons. This is a very thick card because the gnome is popped up. It's a shaker card, so it's got that layer of adhesive, but it's all right. I'm willing to pay a little extra postage to send it. I have some clay stars and some clay hearts that I'm going to use just to add some embellishment. I love embellishment on my cards. Like, you know, it's a handmade card. I feel like it should have all the things. I love different textures, different elements of embellishment and shine. I love that about card making. So yeah, I added some hearts and some stars on there. All right, time to adhere this down to my A2 size card base. So this cardstock was 4 1/4 inches wide and 11 inches long, and I scored it at 5 1/2 and just mounted my card front right down onto that. And there is the shaker. Isn't that super cool? I love a shaker card, and a little tiny shaker window I think is so precious and so fun. So I have some of these die cut balloons from just playing with the die set and this Glimmer Hot foiled balloon. I thought it would be fun to add a few on the inside of the card, and I didn't like them just floating there, so I brought in a liner pen and drew in some little tails and little string on them to finish it off. And then there's a little extra something special when you open the card, which I love. So that is my card with a shaker window in it. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe got like a new idea for using shakers in your card. It doesn't have to be the whole thing, just like a little window is really super fun. So I will have all the products I used today linked for you below, so you can check that out if you're interested, and I will be back again very soon with a new video right here on the Trinity Stamps channel, so check that out, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You can find more inspiration from Trinity Stamps on Instagram and Facebook too. I'll see you all again very soon on the next video. Bye!